A portion of this video is sponsored by Eric Lens and their new Final Cut Pro plugin. Hello everyone, my name is Dion Schuddeboom and welcome to this 4-part series where I review the best-selling or top-rated iPhone 11 cases on Amazon to see whether they are worth buying. This is part 2 of the series where today we're going to be looking at the top-rated leather case for the iPhone 11. Now I'm actually quite excited to look at a leather case for the iPhone 11. As you may know, Apple doesn't actually make one for the 11, only for the 11 Pro and the 12 series. Now if you've seen some of my recent videos, you will know that I actually use Apple's leather case on my iPhone 10 and really enjoy it. It'll be interesting to compare the two and see how it stacks up. So here it is. This is the leather case from ESR. It is currently being sold for $26 US, putting it at just about half the cost of Apple's case. As with every part in this series, I will be giving away one of these cases. If you want a chance to win, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment with your favorite feature of the case as well as your Instagram username. Then follow me on Instagram at Dion Schuddeboom, link in the description, where I will announce the randomly selected winner when this video reaches 200 likes. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the unboxing here. And as you can see, we have very simple packaging. So we'll go ahead and open it here on the top. And inside we have a very simple unboxing experience. And then here we have the case itself. We also have a little manual I can see. And this actually includes what looks like a piece of leather, probably a sample, so you get a feel for what kind of leather they use. And then in English here, interestingly, it actually tells you how to identify real leather, in case you're not already convinced by the case. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what matters most, and that is the case itself. Ooh, alright, so taking it out of the box, I can immediately feel quite a substantial difference compared to Apple's version. Now we'll go more in depth on the comparison later, but let's go ahead and put it on the phone. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the case on the phone here. Now, as is usual, we'll go from the top and then push down on either sides. There we go, that sits definitely quite snugly, quite tight. Let's see how it feels in the hand. Yeah, okay. Feels good, quite grippy, I must say. Let's give it a smell here. Smells good. I haven't done any formal tests, but to me this smells like real leather. Let's go ahead and take a look around the phone. Now, as you can see, all of the buttons are covered and they're actually covered with metallic switches made out of aluminum. Now, this will definitely feel more premium and is very similar to Apple's version of the case as well. I do feel the cutout for the silent switch could have been a little bit bigger. That said, it is still accessible and fully functional. And then taking a look at the bottom of the case, much like Apple's case, it is entirely open, so this will not affect the sound of the speaker, microphone, or the lightning port. Now, of course, do bear in mind that this section of the phone will be a little bit more susceptible to damage versus, say, a case that covers the entire surrounding of the phone. At least the corners are very well protected and covered. Alright, so from having used the case for the past couple of hours on my iPhone 11, I have to say I have a pretty good first impression. I like the design and it definitely has a nice feel in the hand. Before we go into the features and a comparison of the case, I want to say a big thanks to this video sponsor, Eric Lens. This is Lightroom controls for Final Cut Pro. This plugin brings the beloved Lightroom style sliders to Final Cut Pro, with an extensive list of parameters making it easier than ever to correct and grade your footage. Let's take a look. First, under basic controls, I will increase the blacks to bring out the detail in my coat, decrease the whites to balance my skin tone, and under HSL, I will increase the hue to make the trees come to life. Finally, adjust the luminance to give the clip a brighter feel. This only took seconds and is just one example of what you can do with this plugin. If you're interested in this plugin, be sure to click the link in the video description and use the code DION to get 10% off your order. Thanks again to Eric Lens. Let's explore the top features of the leather case. First of all, of course, is the fact that the case is made out of genuine leather, and I have to say this looks good. It adds a premium look to your phone that no other case can. Additionally, looking closely around the phone from the corners to the buttons, as well as the camera cutout, I can see that it's put together very well and clearly well crafted. Alright, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the texture of the cases. Now, first of all, looking at ESR's leather, I can definitely say it feels different compared to what I'm used to on Apple's leather case. The leather on the ESR case is more grainy and definitely has more texture when, say, rubbing my fingers on it, whereas Apple's leather case is more of a softer feel, which also feels more supple in the hand. Between the two, I have to say Apple's leather feels a little bit more premium or high-end. On the other hand though, ESR's case, thanks to that grainy texture, does provide more grip in the hand. It is also great to see that microfiber interior as also seen on Apple's leather case. This will keep your phone protected and more free from scratches that can occur when dust or lint gets trapped between the phone and the case over time. In terms of thickness, the case comes in at just 0.9 millimeters. Now that's not as thin as the previous case that we looked at, but is still very thin considering this is a leather case. Compared to Apple's leather case, I would say the thickness is very similar, if not the same. Looking more closely at the sides of the case, you can see it is slightly raised above the screen. Now what this will mean is this will protect your screen when placing your phone down on a table. Now I have a screen protector on my phone, but despite this, it is still the case making contact with the table and not the phone. This is great to see. And then looking at the back of the case, you can see around the camera we have a slight bump which will have the same effect, protecting the lenses from the table when being placed on a desk. Now the bump is not so dramatic to a point where it will really affect typing, but you can see it does move the phone slightly from left to right. I like this very clean and understated look that this case offers. There is minimal branding, just a small ESR logo that's etched into the leather here on the bottom. As with all leather, over time this will start to show wear and signs of use. Now as for how well this case is going to hold up in the long run, we'll have to wait and see, but based on my impression so far, I have to say this seems to be very well crafted and I expect this to hold up quite well. I really like my leather case from Apple on my iPhone X and was always disappointed to find that they didn't release one for the iPhone 11. With that in mind, if you have an iPhone 11 and are looking for a third-party leather case, then this is a great option. It has a classy look, is clearly well crafted and put together, and gives your phone that premium feel that only a leather case can. All for around half the price of Apple's leather case. Thank you very much for watching. If you are looking for an ultra thin case for your iPhone 11, be sure to check out part 1 of this series, which I will leave links below. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.